Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. A few days I was starting a new project, a fast API application from scratch, like any MVP. And while I was writing the code, I wasn't fighting bugs. I was fighting myself because there was something stuck in my head that is, should I be using AI for this or not? At the first, I felt like a lot of resistance. I felt like if I use Copilot or anything or any AI agent to help me write a code, I will be cheating to myself because I will feel like the work wasn't really mine anymore because I will feel like the code is mainly made by an AI and like the credit didn't fully belong to me, because I was trying to do this to learn and to do something productive. And I will feel like, hey, but I am not really doing anything. So that creates me like an inner conflict because from one side I wanted to learn, I want to think through the architecture of the project, I want to make mistakes, I want to break things, I want to try to fix the things that I was breaking. So in my head, using AI feel like I was skipping the whole process of learning, like putting training wheels on a bike before I was learning how to balance, and that was something that I was struggling a lot with that. But at some point I start to change that mentality because I realized that I wasn't using the AI to think less. Actually, I was using the AI to think better because most of the things that AI did for me during this process was the things that I consider boring in some cases, and the things that probably it will take me the motivation to keep going, because I don't know if it's happened to you that you are so motivated to do a project, but then you start to do these tasks that are too boring and you just ended up leaving the project aside. I don't want that to happen to me in this project, so AI was really good for that in this case. So as I was saying, I realized that using AI doesn't make me think less. It was making me think better because I wasn't asking to the AI to design the system for me. It wasn't like that. I was, instead of me trying to go to the internet and find the best architecture and all that stuff, I choose the architecture that I want for my project. I define the models that I want to my project to have. I I decide to go with fast API because this is a simple application and I wanted to learn. I decide which kind of database and the flow of everything. So I was thinking more like a tech lead maybe, or more like an architecture than the actually code maker. At the end, the AI, it wasn't making the decision for me. I was just removing the friction of the process to avoid me to lose motivation. And that gave me a new perspective. At that moment when I realized that was when something in my head just clicked, Using AI, it wasn't like delegating my judgment to the AI. It was accelerating what I already knew that I know how to do. It's just like very tedious for me to do it. Something like that. It's like for me at that point, it felt like I was hiring this senior engineer to do the things that I wanted to do, and I was letting him to help me with syntax, like suggesting patterns that I should follow, or he will save me from writing the same thing over and over and help me a lot. For example, I'm not really good with HTML and I wanted to see this page. I don't want to use like a front end framework because this is an MVP yet. So I did everything from scratch with HTML, and the AI actually built all this front end for me. So it was really good. So this method saved me like a lot of time of writing bad code, and that was really appreciated. So that took me to a technical reflection. If you don't understand what you're building, AI will make you fail faster because the AI will give you code that probably work, but it won't work in the way that you want it to. I don't know if I'm explaining myself. So you have to know what you want and you have to know how to do it before you commit to do it with the AI is what I'm trying to explain here, because if you don't understand it, AI will become like this brutal multiplier and everything will be so wrong that you can even start making sense of what the AI is doing for you. But if you understand it, oh my God, you will feel like you are like the fastest programmer in the world. So there you know. So at the end, today, I'm almost finished my MVP. I think it will be ready soon. And today I don't feel guilty anymore. I feel responsible. I feel that it's, as Superman say, with a great power comes a great responsibility. So now I feel responsible for understanding the code, for asking me the questions that really matters in business. For example, the architecture that will make me less friction. How can I put this faster on air? How can I prevent that the system will fail when it grows up? What if I have a million users? What should I do? Should I implement this function synchronous or asynchronous? All that stuff is on your behalf, and the AI cannot make this decision for you. So at the end of the day, AI does not build the product. The product is you who build the product. It's your mind. You are the one who knows what you want, and the AI is just there to make it the way you want it, only if you understand the process. So to closure, I will sum it up like saying that if you are learning how to code, I wouldn't recommend to start using AI, because if you're learning how to code, you need to understand the syntax. You need to understand what is behind the code. You need to understand how to actually do the things. So if you are like a junior engineer and you are trying to grow your skills, I wouldn't recommend to use an AI to do your project. But if you are like a mid-level software engineer or a senior engineer, I don't see the AI like they will be replacing us in the near future. Maybe 5 years from now it will, but not now. What I'm seeing is that AI is making our job so much easier that we can do things that normally used to take us like a week to do it. Now it will be done in 1 day, maybe 2. But you still have to check the code and see that everything that the AI is doing correctly, because it makes a lot of mistakes. So if you're learning how to code and you feel the same guilt, I would love to read your thoughts in the comment. And if you want more real videos about building projects, not perfect tutorials, but real process, please follow me. I will make the whole series about this project that I'm building. This is a project that I'm building for school that will help students to find their path here in Canada, that you can have like the job board when you can find jobs. You will have some roadmaps so you can develop your skills, some resources to help you to find that perfect interview and land your first job. I'm creating some communities too, so people can interact and say the things that they are accomplished. So how they find job and the best way that help them, something like that. And all that stuff will be on air very soon. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.